This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2019 Aspin Trail travel trailer. And the model number is, excuse me sir, 2790 BHS. Okay, so this is going to be a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? Obviously you have crank down stabilizers. You have an outside kitchen here. This is the quick connect for the LP system. You have a cooktop here, so keep in mind that right here, that's where you would connect it, the line to. That's a quick connect fitting. This just pulls out. Of course you have fresh water. Then you have your cooktop, okay? And like I said, you plug in the cooktop. You have a refrigerator out here. Power awning. That's just a service panel for the refrigerator. You really don't have to go in there, it's just for service. This is the fresh water fill for the fresh water tank. The most common way to get water to the trailer is through the city water hookup, right? But if you're camping someplace without city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you where the pump switch is when we get inside, okay? That's the vent for your furnace, some 120 AC. This is your water heater here. Works on both gas and electric. The switches are inside the trailer. That's the drain plug right there. Now you don't, the main thing to remember is you don't want to run the water heater without water in it. So that's the main rule to it. Always make sure you have water in it when you turn it on. I'll show you the switches when we get inside. Most people run the electric when they're, you know, just during normal conditions. But if you're going to use the shower or whatever, they'll kick on the burner to give them, you know, and it's not on demand by any means, but you get a faster recovery on the gas. Okay. Alrighty. You have outside speakers. This is the vent for the range hood. Okay. Another door, of course. Pass-through storage. That's your dump hose kit right there. You have a deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks, power tongue jack. Okay. You come around. Your slide room is in right now. You can see you have a gray tank dump here. And then if we come back here, we have another gray tank dump and the black tank dump right there. The black tank dump is, in this case, it's the larger valve. So, okay, you have a 30 amp cord that pulls out of the trailer. Okay. As we come around the back, this is your city water hookup that we talked about. Most common way to get water to the trailer, of course. You have a shower here with a shower head, an outside shower. It's pre-wired for a backup camera, so if you want to add a Furrion backup camera kit to it, it would fit in that housing. Make sure you get, we sell them here, but you can get them elsewhere. Just make sure that you get the one that fits that housing, okay? So let's go inside. Okay. This is your power converter right here. This converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged into shore power, you've got regular 120 AC household, or not household, 120 AC circuit breakers like you see at home, and they're all labeled right there, okay? And then you have the power's converted to DC over here, so you got 12 volt DC fuses over here, and they're labeled. So it goes from AC to DC. It's also a battery tender. It'll sense how much energy your battery on the tongue has, and when you're plugged into shore power, it'll keep it charged, okay? So that's the power converter. Up here is your control panel. Alright, so your awning switches here. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in. This is your slide room here. You can light your water heater on gas there. Turn on the electric heating element there. This is the water pump we talked about. Remember, we use that for We use that water pump for pumping fresh water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. And then of course your levels are here, fresh, black, gray, black, and the two gray tanks. And here we go here. Oops, I got the awning going here, hold on. So there's the awning. Let me do this correctly here. Very simple. And then you have your slide room here. Always make sure there's nothing on the outside when you're going out with it. And always make sure there's nothing that the fascias around it, the interior trim boards, make sure there's nothing for them to catch on when you're going in or out. So if you hear any crunching or anything like that, just stop immediately and take a look. Okay? And when you hear the ratcheting sound, like that, you just take your finger off the button. Okay? Okay, so while we're standing here, this is the thermostat. It works like they all do. You push the mode button to light it up, then you just keep hitting the mode. It'll go to furnace, and then it'll say fan. The fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. Just circulates air. The next one would be cool, which is air conditioning, and of course you set your fan speed there. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It should always be green like it is. If it's not green, get it serviced. It's too important to just leave, so don't just ignore it. It's not expensive, so if you have any issues with it, just get it replaced immediately, okay? Because it's very important. And that's hardwired to the battery, so it's always on. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Okay, so this is where your TV is going to hang. Okay, this is your sound here. It plays discs, has AM, FM radio, has Bluetooth, two different speaker zones inside the trailer and outside the trailer. It has a USB drive, so you could, convert your favorite music to MP3s if you haven't already, and take a USB drive and take all your music with you if you choose to. Those are the zones 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is the outside of the trailer. So it's got everything you need, and that's the remote for it. This is the smoke detector. Why it's sitting there, I'm not sure, but it'll be up when you pick up. Okay. And this is for your awning lights, I believe. Yes, the remote for your awning lights. Okay, your refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator, so it works on 110 AC or LP gas. So it's very simple. If it's red, check the gas. But here all we do. Well, let's say it this way. It seeks out electricity, right? 120 AC. So if it finds that you're plugged into it at the campsite, for example, it'll use it. If it can't find it, it'll automatically light on gas for you. Okay? Another illustration is you're away for the day exploring, or you're sleeping, either one, and you have a power outage at the campground. Well, it'll sense the loss of AC power and it'll automatically light, so you don't spoil your food. So it's very, very simple to use. Okay. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood. Remember I showed you the vent on the outside. So if you're using the fan to vent when you're cooking, make sure that there's a... I'm not sure if that one has a baffle or if it's always open. You'll have to take a look. If it has a baffle that you can latch shut, then make sure you open it. Okay, I don't know which one that is up there, but they come both ways. When it comes to your range and oven, you have your sparker right here. Okay, turn that clockwise. Then these three buttons here, these three knobs here are for your burners, and this one here is your oven. Okay, you have your light here. So I don't know if he's got the gas turned on here, so we'll see. Yeah, he does. So it's that simple. Okay. When it comes to your oven, it's got a pilot light back here. You can see it's sparking back there. So you're going to go to the knob for the oven. You go to the picture of the flame right there. Depress it. You keep it depressed while you're lighting it. So you spark it till the pilot light lights. Once it lights and you're still holding it in, you hold it in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple, and then you're going to go to operating temperature. Okay. When you shut it off, the oven goes off, the flame goes off, but so does the pilot light. So you got to remember you have to light the pilot light each time you use the oven. Always travel with this cover in the down position, but don't put it down when the burners are hot. Okay. Your keys are here. Your table, you can drop it down onto these cleats here. You see he's got them all the way around. Turn this into a bed. You have a, let's see what kind of couch we have here. It's a hide-a-bed, so you have another place for people to sleep. Of course, you have your 2 bunks, and there is a TV up there, so you have your 2 bunks. Let's look. Another TV hook up here. Your door that we looked at from the outside. You have some storage under here, of course. Okay. Come back towards the bathroom. Okay, you have a GFCI here. Keep in mind that all the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI. This trailer probably only has 1. Let me look in the kitchen to make sure. Sometimes they have 2, sometimes they have 1. This one looks like it just has 1. Let me see. I would say yes. So all the plugs, even the one on the outside, are wired through a GFCI, so they're all protected. If you're trying to use a plug elsewhere or on the outside and you can't get any power, always think GFCI, okay? Of course, your shower works like any other shower. The toilet works like any other RV toilet in that it sits right over the black tank. It's got a flush pedal right in the front there. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. Then you put 1 dose of chemical right in the bowl, and you'll stand on the flush pedal and hold it down until at least a gallon of water goes into the tank along with the chemical. You can use more than a gallon of water, just don't use less. If you don't do that, that's considered using it dry. If you use it dry, it'll get clogged up, it'll smell terrible, it'll just be a real mess. So you always have to have a dose of chemical and at least a gallon of water to start off with, alright? Okay, I think that about covers it. Let me look around real quick here. I think it covers everything. Yes? Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Right now the trailer is in camping mode, so all the antifreeze has been purged from the system and replaced with fresh water. The valves on the water heater on the back of the water heater are in camping mode. So you're all set for the summer. When you come to pick up, you can ask any questions and talk to us, and we'll answer any questions you have and get you on your way, okay? Thank you very much.